Hello guys. I recently viewed my analytics and found that people are watching my video but not subscribing my channel. Please subscribe my channel so that I can feed my cat. Hello guys. Today's recap is about 2010's crime, drama and of course, Bollywood's signature comedy entitled Badmaa Company. Warning: this is a spoiler content. So, watch out and take care. The movie opens in 1994 Bombay. We meet our movie's main gang. They have just gotten free from college and are all excited about the newfound freedom. The gang consists of three friends: Tenzing, Zing, a Sikkimese army brat, Chandu, a goofy guy who keeps trying his luck with hot girls, and Karen, who is our main hero. The friends talk about how they are being taken to Bangkok free of cost for a trip. Turns out, they are acting as carriers for a smuggler called Archie. He gives them fat bundles of money to hide in their boots. In Karen's case though, he has to hide it in his underwear. On the flight, they also meet a girl who is part of Archie's team. Her name is Bulbul. Once in Bangkok, they enjoy themselves a lot by partying, shopping and having various new experiences. On the last day, Karen and Bulbul share a coffee and Karen talks about wanting to have a big business, but his father wants him to do an MBA. Bulbul tells him she wants to become a top model and urges him to pursue his dreams. Karen says that he needs a large amount of money, which he doesn't have. She tells him that he only needs a good idea for a good business and not money. Back at home, Karen has an argument with his father, telling him that he does not wish to have a 9-5 6 days a week job. His father tells Karen to do whatever he wants to, he won't interfere. Karen meanwhile also has started dating Bulbul, who lives in a hostel. One day when he gets home, he finds out his father has had a heart attack. Karen's mother has to sell off her jewelry to pay the expenses not covered by insurance, such as an AC room at the hospital. All this is very painful for Karen, and he goes to visit Archie for some more trips to make more money. While Karen was talking to Archie, Zing was trying out shoes in the shop below. Zing likes a shoe and starts complaining why shops only display 1 foot of a pair. Archie laughs and tells him this is so that no one can steal the shoes. He says that shoes are one such item, that if there is only one of them, their value would be zero. Karen, who has been listening to this exchange, immediately gets an idea. He asks Archie how much duty there is on shoes and Archie says it is 120%. Karen calls Bulbul and reminds her of what she had told him in Bangkok, that the biggest businesses become big by an idea, not money. When they meet, he tells her his idea, but she vehemently refuses and tells him she won't let him do it either. He drops her off at a hotel, where she is meeting with some people for her modeling. The men offer her a 5-year contract, and the boss asks her to meet him later that evening. Infuriated, Bulbul stabs his leg with a pair of scissors she always carries for protection and rushes out. Angry and disappointed, she agrees with Karen and tells him she's down with his scheme. Karen also gets Chandu and Zing on board and then asks his rich uncle in America for a loan to invest in his business. His uncle lends him 2 lakhs rupees and the gang visits Bangkok to make a deal with Reebok. After a cringy and fairly racist exchange with a representative of the company, Karen and his friends can secure a shipment of shoes that will arrive in 3 weeks. As the shipment arrives, Karen and Bulbul travel to Madras to receive the payment and sign the paperwork for custom. Karen wears his father's suit and glasses to appear rich. Once there, they open a box and Bulbul likes a pair and wants to try it on. But it turns out that both the shoes are for the left foot. Karen opens every other box, but the same situation happens. All the 1,000 shoes in this shipment consist of the left foot. Enraged, he pretends to call the office in Bangkok, but actually just calls Zing. He and Bulbul then leave the warehouse without signing any paperwork. This was their entire plan. They had purposefully sent the shipment like this so that the value of the product will become zero and they won't have to pay any customs duty. A month later, when the products would be sold at auction, they can buy them very cheaply, pretending that they have a scrap business. We are then treated to a fun montage of everyone getting on their disguises on the day of the auction and buying the imported shoes. This goes down successfully and they bring Archie to their go-down. He is impressed by their con and hands them a check. The gang decides to make things official and start their own company, calling it Friends and Company. Everything is going hunky-dory before one night, Karen's father discovers Karen hiding money in his cupboard. Karen tells him everything, and they get into a huge argument. Karen insists he is doing nothing wrong and leaves home. Before he leaves, his father advises him to put his brilliant mind to good use if wants good in life along with happiness. Karen says he is right, only his father does not see it. He goes off to live with his girlfriend. Friends and company continue their scam with the same strategy. There is a minor hiccup when a commission agent recognizes Karen. Karen brings him back to his office and offers him a 4% deal in profits, and the issue is then closed. There is another montage of their continued shenanigans as their company gets well known all over the country. Until one day the Indian government announces that they are dropping the custom duty on items such as shoes from 120 to 20%. The gang is enraged but helpless, knowing that their business is all about dodging customs, and if there is no heavy tax on duty, their business would need to shut down. Karen, however, has other plans. He and his friends travel to a bigger and better place than Bangkok, America. Karen yet again enlists the help of his Uncle Jazz, and he sets them up with a rented apartment. Karen plans on repeating his scam in the US and asks his uncle to give him the names of leather glove importers. Karen and Bulbul visit a man named Charlie and rope him into their scheme. Unsuspecting, Charlie falls into their trap and buys only the right hands of his pair of gloves for full price. Karen and Bulbul promptly disappear. Zing then goes to Charlie and buys these right hands of the gloves for scrap. And then Chandu visits Charlie to sell him 100,000 pairs of gloves. Charlie is hesitant to buy because he says he doesn't trust Indians anymore, but Chandu offers him every single assurance. They sell the gloves to poor Charlie, and so, friends and company make their first profit in America at $1 million. As they finally decide to party in the USA, we see the seeds of discord among the company. Karen lashes out at Bulbul when she tries to stop him from gambling too much. Zing drinks too much and almost attacks a man before being thrown out by security. Chandu asks Karen for his help with Zing, but Karen tells him he is the boss, so Chandu needs to listen to him. Uncle Jazz calls Karen and tells him that the cops have been around looking for Karen. And so, they now need to come up with a new plan. Karen tells them they are going to instead buy a house for $100,000 by taking a loan from the bank. That friend will sell the house for $200,000 to another friend who will have to take a loan from the bank in turn, hence repeating the cycle. As the property of one who can't return the bank's loan is to be seized by the bank, one of them will declare themselves to be bankrupt and the house will get seized. But since the house's actual worth is still $100,000, the gang would gain $200,000 nonetheless. Things, however, soon start to go wrong. Remember the seeds of discord we talked about earlier? Well, here is the fruit. Zing's drinking problem gets out of hand and he physically abuses his girlfriend, Linda. In turn, Chandu deals him a few punches for this. The company then sits down to talk it out, but Zing and Karen get into an argument where Karen displays his greed and arrogance, making Zing leave the company. Soon after that, Bulbul discovers that Karen had secretly married in court to get his green card. He tries to convince her that he was doing everything for their future and that this doesn't change anything. She asks him that she just wants the old Karen back. When he says that Karen is gone, Bulbul decides to leave him. As a final nail in the coffin, Chandu tells Karen that he and Linda have decided to move in together and that he has had enough of the con life and wants to settle down and open a video store. Karen feels betrayed and lashes out at Chandu. Chandu reminds him that he owes his friends everything too, because without them, he couldn't have managed to pull off the scams. He says that they will remain friends. Now alone and heartbroken, Karen visits India to secretly see his family. He attends a function where his father receives an award for 25 years of service. His father talks about respect in his speech and Karen realizes how wrong he has been. He returns to America and tells Uncle Jazz everything, but soon is arrested for his crimes. He can turn his criminal case into a civil one by paying 70% of what he earned. This he can do when Bulbul comes and gives up Zing's, Chandu's and her own share. 6 months later, he is released from and starts working for his uncle for minimal pay. Bulbul returns to him, glad that he has learned from his mistakes and saying she never gave up on him. She is also pregnant with his child. The two lovers reconcile. At Uncle Jazz's office, Karen finds out that his uncle's entire consignment of imported shirts from Madras has been rejected as the color bleeds after washing. The news reaches to stock market, due to which Jazz company's share fall down to 30%. Karen sees an opportunity and thinks of another brilliant idea. Karen patches up with Zing and Chandu to start another new venture. This time, he makes Jazz's buyers believe that his company offers a new kind of shirt in the market, which will change its color every time that it is washed, meaning a common man gets a new shirt every time he washes it. The buyers order a trial order of 5,000 pieces, and the public goes crazy over this new shirt. Moreso, due to Linda's piece in the whole plan. She is a dancer for Michael Jackson and makes him wear a shirt. Due to this, Karen gets another order, this time for a much bigger amount of shirts. The shares of Jazz Incorporated skyrocket as the public buys into the hype and buys the shirts at an overwhelmingly high rate, hence recovering his uncle Jazz's loss. Karen, Zing, Chandu, and Bulbul are now partners with Jazz and Friends and Company, but it is turned into a public limited company. Karen reconciles with his father and has learned his lesson. All is now well. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked this video. Subscribe my channel to never miss out any video.